Let's get started. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ads Podcast. I'm Salil, and today I'm with Joshua. Joshua, it's pleasure having you in the set.
Thank you for inviting me as well.
Yeah. So, how are you doing? How was the day?
It was hectic for me, but I love the weather, though it's raining outside right now. But it's very pleasant visit for me as well.
Yeah. Okay. The sun was not very bright today.
Yeah, I'm from the land of too sunny. It's too sunny outside and hot and humid, but I'm enjoying it here, especially the weather.
Okay. So you're enjoying a stay in Nepal.
Absolutely, and the people are fantastic.
Okay. We're glad. We're glad. We're glad that you're enjoying the stay here. So Joshua, tell me something about you, or maybe not me, the viewers, the listeners.
Yeah. All right. So I'm Joshua. My name is Joshua Adhikari, but don't make a mistake that I'm a Nepali. That's
I didn't know you were Adhikari.
I'm Adhikari, and from the customs, while I'm going and visiting every person, I'm giving my card, and everyone is saying that, oh, you're Adhikari, so maybe you might be a Nepali. I said, I'm not. I'm from Bangladesh.
Okay.
So just to let all the listeners know that I'm from Dhaka, Bangladesh.
Okay.
That's where my base is, and none of my ancestors are from Nepal, but I'm still happy that everyone is welcoming me pretty well. Just looking at my name, Adhikari, so I'm enjoying it, that part as well.
Yeah.
I'm here for an official visit. I'm representing Eskimi and I'm looking after the South Asian region for Eskimi. So yeah, it's been a very pleasant visit, and yeah, it's wonderful to be here.
Okay, we're glad you're enjoying your. So you're the regional manager for the South Asian part for Eskimi.
Right, I am.
Okay, can we talk a little bit about what Eskimi is? I think it's pretty new for the Nepali market, and like to all our viewers and listeners who are viewing and listening to us. So I think Eskimi is a very new topic or something they've not heard before. Right. So I think we should, you can be the best person to explain what Eskimi is. To
enlighten the listeners.
Definitely.
All right. So, Eskimi is a brand. It's our brand name, our product name, but we actually represent or offer 3 different products.
Okay.
And we are a full programmatic solution, what we offer. And that's definitely for the advertisement sector. So we are into ad tech. So the first product we sell is the DSP, that is demand side platform.
Okay.
So which allows you to serve display ads in a very programmatic way, which a lot of data is actually included into this process, where you can target very niche audiences, which other platforms doesn't allow. And in long term, it gives you a great ROI for all the brands who will be using the platform. So that is one product. We have a DMP, that is a data management platform, where we keep on collecting online user data, what they do, where the user is visiting, what kind of device the user uses, and all those sort of data we do collect. That's the second product. And the third product is SSP. We are about to launch that product in Nepal as well. That is mostly for the publishers to monetize their websites. So yeah, I think this is what we do. But yeah, for Eskimi right now. And primarily, we do have both platforms, the DSP and the DMP, and we have started our operation here a couple of years back, but we are not pretty active in in Nepal market. But now we are we are about to roll it out in a full scale. Okay. So we are actually having our own teammates out here, the local teammates. So yeah, it's good to be here, and also it's a very good market. We see a very high prospect in the market. So that's we'll be focusing now.
Definitely, since digital marketing is taking a boom in Nepal as well. Yeah. And then as far as I've heard you talking about Eskimi or in our previous meetings, it's more like very targeted marketing. Right. And then you use the word programmatic. Right. So can we talk a little bit about that?
Yes, sure. So this will be the new word you will be hearing a lot nowadays in Nepal as well. About programmatic, because globally the entire budget has been shifted towards 70% of digital budget has moved towards programmatic.
Yeah.
So just to let you know about what is programmatic, this is not a rocket science to understand.
Yeah.
It's just that the buying happens completely automatically. So you just planned previously what you had to do. You didn't have a lot of control on your campaigns which used to run. Maybe some city level targeting was there, maybe some demographic targeting was only allowed, but you didn't have much more in-depth insight about your consumers. So you had to go really broad kind of targetings, which you had to go with any standard display platforms. But what programmatic does is, in one sentence, if you ask me to say what is programmatic, it's just the tool which reaches out the correct ad to the correct person at the correct time.
Okay.
So you cannot do it manually. Because there will be millions of people using internet, and manually you cannot monitor, track that, and you cannot do that. And for that, we have to be dependent on the technology, on the data we have. And that's where the platforms like us, the programmatic platform, comes in. And you give us, any brand, when they know the product, who are the consumers, who are the users of their product. So, and we are the technological part we provide, because that's the dark spot or the blind spot, you say, for all the brands. So you have the data, you have the idea, you know the consumers, you blend it out, and you roll it out on the platform. So usually in other platforms, what you see that you have a lot of manual effort or human effort is required to optimize the campaign. A lot of the effort is required. But in programmatic, that's the best part about it, that once you set it up and you just set it live, and rest everything even the optimization is being done automatically.
Okay, so it's all taken care of.
All taken care of by the tool itself. So the platform itself has the intelligence, like the AI, the artificial intelligence, to understand that who is the person, what is the mindset of the person, whether this user is actually a target group of that particular product or not. So I'll give you an example. Like previously, when we used to browse internet, we used to see ads from all different categories. Even if you're not a sports lover, you used to see Nike ads and Adidas ads. Even if you are a guy, still used to see female-centric product ads, which is not relevant, and that was a complete waste for those brands. But what programmatic does is it knows like what is your intent. It knows the context, what you're browsing. It knows your socioeconomic class. It knows what kind of brand you are more interacted to, whether you are into sports, whether you are more into music. So it only shows you the ads which you are interested into. So what happens, it immediately reflects to the ROI as well. Because if I'm not a sports lover, I'll not relate to the brand like Nike or Adidas. I'll never click or go and buy that stuffs, and because those stuffs are very expensive, and I'll never buy until and unless I relate that. So this is very crucial, and that's what programmatic does, because the human mind cannot do it. The technology, you have to take support of the technology, and that's what programmatic does.
Okay, so Joshua, what would be the now, since we're talking about targeting, and then you said the programmatic advertisement, it's all about sending ads to people they're actually interested in, about the brands and the products they're actually interested in. Right? What is the first base of data that does this, like advertising text? Like, what is the first base data that needs to be served?
It depends. It completely depends on industry. It depends on the product itself, and it depends on the planning, actually, how you want to place yourself, where you want to place your brand.
Okay.
It cannot be. It cannot be defined in a very, or you cannot generalize it. But data is not something what we have. It's just it's not that something we provide you. It's where you have to focus on building your own data. I'll give you one short thing. Like the market, like the developing countries, where we are so focused on Facebook and YouTube ads, and we are not into opening up our own website. Right. And most of the brands are too much focused on just if I have a Facebook page, that's enough for my brand. But what are we doing unknowingly? Actually, we're doing it. We are running campaigns on Facebook. We are making the users land on Facebook. So we are actually making Facebook database stronger.
Yeah, definitely.
And Facebook has the full control of that page. So if they want to block the page, they can do it. And the next morning, you are left with nothing.
Yeah.
And you're spending millions for just to make Facebook richer in terms of data and anything. And you are left with nothing. It's just like that. It's someone else's land. You are doing all the thing, and the crop is being taken by someone else.
Okay.
But for that, at first, that's where it should start. That you should have your own website. You should have your own visibility of data. It's not only what Eskimi provides. When you have your own data, that what are the consumers are coming to your website? Who are these visitors? You analyze all those data. That gives you the ultimate boost to your brand to understand who are there. And when you blend that data with our data, that is like kind of superpower for your brand. I mean, you can take it to the next level. You can measure like retention, like LTV, like lifetime value of a consumer. You can track so many things. You can play around with that data. I mean, that's the fun. So it depends how you visualize the data. You have data, but it depends how you visualize it and how the brand wants to see it. So it can be presented, the same data can be presented from one brand to another in a very different way, in a very different manner. So it depends.
So the first resource or the first brand is that we require the website.
Yes, that should be the one.
Very important.
It's very important. It's just, I will say it's a digital 101. I mean, developing markets like Bangladesh or Nepal, we are more followers to the tier 1 countries. And usually the internet penetration started very recently in these markets, where the tier 1 countries, they had internet penetration, they had this website, they actually saw the full trend of the digital the digital has evolved into their market, how it has growing. So they have tried every single thing, every touch point. They have touched all the touch points. But when you just remember, like maybe the internet has reached out to mass people maybe 5 years back, maximum 10 years back. But that time already the social media have already entered into the market, and we started our journey from that point. So for us, social media is the biggest thing, but we forgot the historical part, that how the digital marketing should start. And let me tell you that website is the first touch point where everyone should start their digital marketing, because you are investing for your data. Then you can use this data on any platform you want. You can reuse it on Facebook, you can reuse it on Google, you can reuse it on Eskimi, or any platforms you want. You can do SEO, you can do search optimization, and any sort of digital marketing. But for that, you will be using your own data. You will not be reliable for, dependent on someone else. So this should be the very basic, where everyone should be investing primarily if they want to get the best result out of digital.
Okay, so an advice from you would be to have a website.
Yes, for
sure.
sure.
All the brands who
for
wants
sure.
to start digital marketing.
Yes, it should be that way.
Okay, so as we're talking, we talked about how it is important for Bangladesh and also Nepal, and then you mentioned you're the regional manager of South Asian countries. So how many countries are, like, if you can share, like how many countries Eskimi is in operating, or the programmatic advertising itself?
Right now, we are operational in 130 countries.
Okay, that's a very huge number.
That's a big number.
Yeah,
and I'm lucky to be the regional manager for at least the South Asian region, which covers Sri Lanka, India, Bangladesh, and Nepal. So
okay, 4 countries.
4 countries, yeah.
So now you're just starting your operations in Nepal, right?
Yep.
So for the rest of the 3 countries, how long has it been?
In Bangladesh, we are here now. In Bangladesh, we are in 6 years. We have been in Bangladesh. In India, also, it's almost the similar. Sri Lanka, we are now in almost 4 years. And Nepal, we just started.
Okay. I don't know, like, if you can share it or not. Do we have any, like, success stories or any of that sort in these countries, like how a particular brand, like, got a very good marketing or sales in terms from Eskimi or the programmatic advertising itself?
We boast about it because we have so many good success stories with so many brands, and mostly we don't work directly with the brands. We mostly work with the agencies because we are a platform. and we don't intend to become an agency. We want to work closely with the agencies because they have the expertise, like the creative support, the planning, and all other things. So we are very comfortable working with our partners, especially the agencies. So we have very good experiences with global agencies like GroupM, Starcom, and different brands. And we boast especially for Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, that we are the first DSP or the programmatic platform who actually educated the market that why programmatic should be used, why not ad networks. I mean, no offense towards ad networks, but it's the advanced tool. So why should you use that? So that we have taught them. So we have made very good success stories, like there were campaigns that very important or prominent person needs to see, the ads needs to be shown to that specific person. I cannot disclose that person, but she was a very prominent person from that country, and the brand wanted to reach out the ad only to that particular person. And we did that specifically for brands. If you talk about, there are, generally when you run ads in GDN or regular display ads, the consumer retention or the CTR, what we talk about, click-through rates, are pretty low, around 2.20%, or max you can get 0.30% CTR. But this is the beauty of programmatic, that we have changed the benchmark of the CTR and that thing. So now in Bangladesh, I'll say that the average CTR we are maintaining is 0.70. And that is very, very high, even in the global standard. And now the brands are understanding that previously they were investing, and so how much money they were wasting out there. So I will name few brands, like especially in India, we are working with Hiranandani, which is one of the top real estate brands in India. And it's not only lead, and we are also moving more towards performance campaigns as well. It's not only installs or not only leads, it's contactable leads. Even it's the toughest thing to sell on internet is real estate products, flats or properties. And we boast about that, where each property is worth more than crores, and we digitally have managed to sell properties over the internet. So we have done that. And we are proud to do that as well. And we are working with all the known top international brands, and also locally with local brands. And also the thing we boast, that once we start delivering and start working with one of our partner, they usually don't retain. Our retention rate is really, really high. They don't fall off. Once they start enjoying, they keep on working with us. I still remember the first time I onboarded one client. They paid only around 8,000 Bangladeshi taka, which is very small. It's nothing actually. And that client has turned out to be the largest client now in Bangladesh, and they're spending in millions now. And it's fun to work and to see the growth as well. Yeah,
definitely. It feels good to hear all of these stories, and I am really looking forward to hear those stories for brands in Nepal as well. Right. And then I think now, since our last meeting, we also talked about joining hands, like we as an agency and you as like from Eskimi. So I look forward to that as well.
And we are open for that as well.
Yeah. And probably in some other podcasts I'll be invited to, or some interviews you'll be like boasting about how you work with ads and then make some brands like really huge.
I'll be happy to do that, and I think I'll give this honor to the rest of my team, those who will be managing everything locally. So it will be good that if they can share and you can hear it out from your local people, our local team, how we have grown and how ads and Eskimi have grown together hand in hand. And which benefited the market especially. And this is not just about campaigns, it's not about business, it's about developing the market.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's where we can play our major role going forward. So yeah,
definitely. So I look forward to that. And then now my other question that I have, like this, since we're talking, then you use the word ad network, right?
Yeah.
And I know Eskimi has more than 80 plus ad networks.
Yeah.
So can we talk a little bit of that?
Yes, sure. So for that, I think it would be easier for the listeners to understand if I give a short history, like what ad network
Yeah,
is,
definitely,
and
please.
what is DSP.
Yeah.
Because I was saying that DSP is more advanced product, so it would be good if I give you the history. So, like in display ads, it actually started from print ads.
Okay.
This is what actually transferred into digital, because all these online, when you what you read on newspapers, now all these newspapers have their online version as well, so you can read all these news. But earlier, what happened is like all the advertisers had to reach out directly to the publishers. When I'm saying publishers, that means the websites, to place your ads, and you had to have direct deal that I want to buy this number of impression, or maybe you just say that I have this number of budget. Please place my ad on your website. But there was no targeting, no data, or nothing was available that time. So that was the first generation of display ads. But you, as working in an agency, you can understand that if you want to place your ads in hundreds of websites and manage manually all those ads, communicating with all those publishers, what you have to go through. It's not possible for one person to handle that. And that's the reason these ad networks showed up. So what ad networks does, so they say that, the technology has emerged. More technology it came up in the market. So the ad network says that to the agencies or the advertisers, that you don't need to reach out directly to the websites anymore.
Okay.
We will handle that, and we will handle it manually. Digitally. So how you do it? So they created a platform, and they placed a code on the specific websites. Okay. Just like AdSense, if you know about AdSense. So you place it, and Google AdSense or Google AdWords. It's a ad network.
Yeah.
So this is exactly what they did. So they placed the codes to those websites, and the advertisers were supposed to run the ads on the ad networks. And in one-stop solution, kind of a one-stop solution, you launch it there, you set up your campaign, and ads are published. But what happened is, all ad networks are not connected with all apps or sites. So there is a limitation out there. And especially when all these things started is the US market or the European market. And especially US market is too huge. We know that. And it's not possible. Suppose an advertiser like Coca-Cola wants to run an ad centrally. They have to get in touch. They didn't have reach on the state level or more local level. They didn't have that reach because the ad networks couldn't reach out to the very local level publishers. Still, you'll see that when you run ads on Google, it cannot show ads on the local publishers in most of the cases because they don't focus so much on the local market. They look after the international market. So that was the limitation. So what happened is, all the advertisers were back to square one, that you had to manage multiple platforms now. Maybe the publisher list is longer, but still you are managing multiple ad networks just to have a better reach. And there were some drawbacks in this process. So the drawback is, as you are maintaining running the same campaign on multiple ad networks, so there were duplications. You might be seeing the ad several times and there was no frequency capping kind of thing. Okay. So you because all this platform doesn't share data internally. So you have maybe I'm putting a frequency capping on Google 2 times. And you are using another ad network like Smarto, Mopa, Rubicon on all these global. So every time you are setting 2 times, but there is a major chance that you will be seeing 2 times through Google. You will be seeing same ad 2 times through Rubicon. So actually, I'm investing. The brand is investing more on you
for one outcome.
For one outcome, which is actually a waste, and you cannot relate that, and that's also an hassle. Some issues were there. Primarily, that's the reason real-time bidding thing came in. Because suppose the ad networks, primarily they had this, but now they don't, because all the buying happens through real-time bidding. Primarily, what they used to do, they used to come and say that if you want to show ads on in any websites or any portal, the impression is maybe $40.
Yeah.
They used to come, and the ad networks used to come and tell the advertisers the $40.
Yeah.
But they used to go to the publisher and they used to say, oh, the advertisers doesn't want to pay more than $10.
Okay. So a lot of
margin they used to
between.
keep, and that's the reason actually the DSP also came in.
Okay.
And that's the reason the RTB also came into place, so that everything happens real time through auction based. So the ad network doesn't have any direct connection with the advertisers. So the platforms like us, we handle the advertisers and they handle the publishers. And everything happens through bidding, and it happens and all the bidding should happen within. It should not be more. It should not take more than 100 milliseconds.
Okay, yeah.
So you can understand. You have to cross-check the user whether it's a relevant user. You have to serve the ad and the bidding as well. Everything happens within 100 milliseconds. If you take more than 100 milliseconds, your ads won't be served.
Yeah.
So, and that's the reason we have now more ad networks. So it's one-stop solution. It's not only Google you're running ads, your sources are more. Now you are reaching out to more publishers. Your ads are being more. You are tracking more users. There are less duplication. And because it's through real-time bidding, you're optimizing to the fullest.
Okay.
So this is why. So we have now 80 plus ad exchanges. When I say these are all international ad exchanges. And we have our own ad exchange as well, and we are willing to roll it out in Nepal market, where we will be connecting to local websites and monetize their websites and serve ads locally as well, which other international ad networks cannot. So we will be working on that as well.
Okay, I think that would be something very new to the Nepali market as well.
Yes.
Because as far as I know, the display ads, the keyword ads, all we've been doing is from Google AdSense.
That's the most used.
Yeah.
And there is also again a drawback when you use Google, because it's again real-time bidding. I mean, they use also RTB now.
Yeah.
But the challenge is it's like a marketplace. Like the more bidder will be bidding, that means the price is going high.
Yeah.
So you cannot control. You don't have any control over that. And especially developing markets like Bangladesh and Nepal, usually the big brands like Google, the giants, they don't worry about this market.
Yeah.
The revenue for them is not that high. So they don't come up with a very focused approach at the moment, but they will at some point. Then that's where we will be working together to grow the market.
Yeah.
And hopefully they will be coming here as well. So yeah, I think this is the thing we'll be doing. So the price optimization is more when you have multiple ad networks and ad exchanges, because as you have said that in Nepal market, people are using only Google. That means more bidding prices. You are making the prices high.
Yeah.
It's no one else. So we give you the alternative option so that you can take down the price. You can reach out the same person at a lower cost, and get the best ROI for the budget you spend. So
Definitely, and that's what brands look for.
Yeah.
Optimizing your resources, optimizing their investment, and then getting the right outcome. Exactly. Where their sales is or where their market is, right? So I believe you've already done your research about the Nepali market. So what do you think is the marketing trend here, or the marketing scenario?
The trend that it shows that it has a very good prospect in terms of digital. It is shifting. And it is the new generation. If you look at us, those who are actually watching or listening to us, our age is pretty young, and we are the one who will be ruling the market going forward. And when the young generation will be coming more into digital, so it has to actually change the entire ecosystem. So that's where we are looking at going forward. The prospect is really, really good. I am saying this thing to whomever I'm meeting, that when I'm working in a South Asian region, I have a very diverse experience. Like India is a very advanced market. It actually works a similar way like the tier 1 countries they operate. Any new technology shows up in US, it's already there in India as well. Bangladesh is 3-4 years behind the Indian market. We are more followers than India towards Indian market. And and the similarities what I find in Nepal market is exactly the same, that Nepal is around 3 to 4 years behind Bangladesh market. And when I started doing this research in this market, I felt it was more, for me, it was more like I'm walking through my memory lane, because 4 years back, the things I used to communicate, the way I used to communicate with my partners or in the market, I used to communicate exactly that I'm doing right now, or my team is doing right now in Nepal. So it's fun. I mean, it's fun, but that shows, because just to let you know that in Bangladesh, consecutively, we're having around more than 60% growth. Even during the pandemic, we have grown 67% consecutively, 60 plus percent back to back 3 years. And we are holding the trend even this year as well, as of now. And as I'm saying that these markets are so similar,
definitely.
And I'm sure that in very soon it will start following the same path, and the growth will be very similar for a Nepal market as well. So that's how I see it. It's a big pool of opportunity here.
Yeah, definitely. So in any marketing trend, if it works for India, it definitely works for Nepal and Bangladesh, and then
in the entire region.
Entire region. So I have to ask this. How old are you? Because you mentioned we are young people in the market.
We are. How old do you think I am?
I'm guessing 26.
Oh, I didn't know I look so young. Come on.
Okay, you're older than that?
Yeah, I'm 33.
Oh my God. Okay, so that's like 10 years.
That makes me older now. Now you're making me feel bad. I'm older
I don't
now.
intend to do that, but
that's okay.
That's like
good.
10 years older than I am.
Yeah.
But then that 10 years of experience and 10 years of
True.
expertise. And
Yes.
I think we can, not just the viewers and listener, but we as a team can learn a lot from you as well in terms of programmatic advertising or the marketing as a whole.
I'm happy to do that, share my experiences going forward. Yeah.
I think that's why we invite you here today.
Thank you once again. Yeah, thanks for inviting.
It's a pleasure having you here.
Yeah,
so
same here.
Yeah, so going back to the topic,
Yep.
Eskimi.
Yep.
So how is it rolling in Nepal right now? Like, how many team members do you have, or how do you plan to take it forward, or is there any brands that you look forward to like start with, or anything like that? Anything that you can share?
Yes. Currently, we have a few good partners in the market. Like Ads is there, so we are working pretty closely, and we have now 4 team members. In Nepal, and that's what our company values the most. One thing is, we need localized support, which other big brands, they don't give. They don't pay attention. They don't have any local resources there, and that's the reason you don't have good connections. You don't own the brand. You don't own it. So anywhere we work as an organization, Eskimi, we have our local resources. We have completely localized solution, and we're very open as a tech company. We are very open and flexible to provide market-specific solutions. Things like suppose in Bangladesh, there is a very high demand of apps like CrickBuzz, because it's a very cricket-crazy nation. So like CrickBuzz and CrickInfo. So we provide very customized solution out there for Bangladesh market. In Nepal, we see that there is a very high demand of Viber in this market. People uses Viber a lot. So that sort of projects also we offer. So which usually the big brands will not offer. Big brands like Google, when I'm talking big brands. Eskimi is a big brand, but but they're giants. So and we accept it, and that's fine. But it's also good that we are also giving them very tough time in some markets as well. So right now we have 4 teammates, but we are intending to have 2 more. That will be 6. That makes us 6. So which consists of the business guys and also account managers, and also local support, that operations guys who can assist and understand the market well, understand the market demand, and provide the customized solution for the market. And what I was saying, that as a product, we are very flexible, that whenever we find any request from the market, the demand from the market that we need it for this market to grow, we immediately develop this product for that particular market and we roll it out. So that's an advantage which you cannot expect from big brands. I mean, big ad tech platforms.
Yeah.
You can reach out to them, but you might not get any response for that. So here you can come and say that, hey Josh, or maybe hey Eskimi guys, can we do this kind of thing? Can you build this technological thing? Can we find out, like, you cannot find data like who are visiting to maybe 5-star hotels.
Okay.
But maybe it's worth it for your brand, the brand you're looking at. So you can come and say that, give me the data who are maybe staying at 5-star hotels. So we can collect all those data. We can prepare a tool to collect that. Maybe you can say that the people who are traveling through airport, we want to collect those users. We want to know who are these users. Do you have any technology to develop that? So that sort of things we can collect. We can build and we can share with our partners and for the brands, for the betterment of the brand and for the market as well.
Okay, so you've been doing this as well in different countries, right?
Yes, we have been doing it, and there are a few products. I mean, definitely that's under the DSP product itself.
Yeah.
It's not a very separate product or tools we are doing it. Like right now, I'll give you an example that we are doing brand lift study, that survey kind of thing. We online surveys thing, which previously Nielsen and others used to do in person, visiting different markets and collect all those surveys. But we are allowing it to have it digitally, because some of the partner came out and they asked like, we want to do it digitally. We are investing so much out there, and we are still not sure that whether it is authentic, because you send these young guys, students with the board and the form going out to market, and they have some KPI, the target, and sometimes they keep on filling up by their own name, his friend's name, his mom's name, and that happens, and that data is not authentic. Yeah. But in digital, when you do it, these are very authentic. So that's the solution. We also brought it up recently. We have developed. We are actually planning. I'm not disclosing the brand's name. It is something that it's a multiple question kind of banner. It's an ad. Okay. Like it will ask you, the first banner, it will show you that which brand of shoe, which brand of shoe. I'm just giving an example. It's not a shoe brand, but I'm giving an example that which shoe brand do you like? Is it Nike, Adidas, or other names, Puma, or Under Armour, or ASICS? Okay. It will give you an option. And once you click one, it will give you another list of questions that for why do you use this shoe, whether it's for comfort, whether it's for style, or why do you like it? And then it takes you and lands you into a website. And this journey we can track, and gives you the brand. It gives the agency and the brand a very clear picture that why the market, the users are choosing Nike. Why it is Adidas, whether it's for comfort. So they can develop their product, customize their product as well for the market. That, okay, so if someone is buying Adidas for comfort, that means if I'm a Nike, I'm a brand manager of Nike, I can understand I have to work on my product, especially on comfort. Yeah, definitely. Right? So that sort of project, data-driven project, it is not inbuilt in the platform, but the brands can, it's customizable. You guys can reach out to us, through the agencies and to our partners, and we can build it up and do certain projects which is not available. I'm sure that no one is offering it at the moment in the market. I think it's very interesting as well. So you're telling me you can engage with banner ads. Yes. So that's I think that's interesting, as well as like having a simple banner ad about the product, rather than that people who want to engage and then get options. It's not only about engaging. I'll tell you how extend you can do. You can play games within the banner itself. Okay, that's something really new, and I think that's something I'm really looking forward to as well. Yeah, so you can play games. You can, suppose you shake your phone and the banner changes. You scratch on the screen, the banner changes. Okay. You talk to over the phone. So you say hey Spotify, play this music, and the banner plays the music itself. We have certain projects, some campaigns we have already done, that you just say, hey Spotify, play the music, and it starts the music automatically within the banner itself. You don't need to go outside the banner. Okay. So that gives you a full experience within the banner. So we have that sort of innovative things we offer. So yeah. Okay. So now I'm more excited, I would say. Yeah. So yeah, I think
we've covered mostly like. Is
Most
there
of
anything
it.
you want to say? Like, because you're the expert guy, and then I'm here to learn. The viewers and listeners are here to learn. So, anything about programmatic advertising or
I
Eskimi
think
itself?
I think we have covered it all. So my request would be that do some research online. You get materials all across the internet. Maybe this word, it will be the jargon we are saying, like programmatic. It's just not that only because we are having a podcast and you're listening and you trust blindly Eskimi and okay, so Eskimi is there, just let's go to Eskimi. So you don't need to do that. First, you go do your own research. That's everyone should have this habit of. You do your own research, what programmatic is, and try to connect that where your brand can get the best benefit out of this programmatic, whether it is relatable or not. So you need to do homework properly before you start investing, and that's what we also say as a platform. Even a platform, you might think that Eskimi might be hungry for business, but that's the best part, the approach of ours, that we are not hungry for business. We want all our partners to invest knowingly that you have to be 100% sure that why you're investing it. It's not that Eskimi is a big brand and it's an international brand and I just start investing. It should not be like that. We will help you to educate. Whoever is interested can reach out to us, to ads as well as a partner, and we will help you guys all to understand about programmatic and things like that, and also do your own homework. So I think that will be very helpful, and my humble request to all the listeners who are listening to this podcast.
Yeah, definitely, Josh. So again, I'm asking now, we ads and Eskimi are partnering up, right? So what if like some other agencies out in the market would like to partner with you? So how can they reach out to you?
We are open again, so we are not offering any specific exclusivity with the partners, but there are certain exclusive projects we will be working with our partners. So you guys can reach out to us. We have our local teammate. Her name is Rachana. Maybe anywhere you guys can share the contact later on. You guys can reach out to me as well. So we are there, and also you guys can reach out to ads as well.
Definitely.
That would be the best thing to do, I think. So that will be helpful for all of you guys. If you are interested, just feel free to reach out to ads or maybe Rachana or me as well. So we will be there to help you out.
Yeah, okay, definitely. I'm excited. I'm excited to get started. So okay, so I think it's almost an hour we've been talking. And then, so this is what happens when you like have a podcast and talk about something that you're really interested in.
You get driven by it. I mean,
definitely. Okay, so let's wrap it up.
Yep, sure.
Cheers.
So cheers.